Hey guys, it's Bafael, final part of the MKX tutorial series. This one isn't actually a tutorial per se. This is just the final part where I run my Liu Kang a couple times against some online opponents, all my friends on Steam. Where exactly do I get to that? Here we go. It's always a little different when you're playing, when you're conceiving a way to play the game and then you actually fight against an in-game opponent. There's always a few things that you don't account. It's very important when you use training mode as a feature that you don't only use training mode, because it's playing live that tells you what you need to be practicing in training mode, and in that regard training mode is progressively more useful the more you know about the actual combat of the game. Some things about the game that surprised me. I mean, obviously I've been playing competitively before I started doing the tutorial series, but crouching attacks, crouching punches, crouching kicks are far more useful for resetting a scenario than I remember them being in Mortal Kombat 9. There's a large disparity between on hit and on block for a lot of crouching attacks. So like a crouch jab might be plus 20 on hits but minus on block. So if you eat a crouch jab, you're gonna probably eat another crouch jab if they do another one. And if you ever block a crouch jab, if someone just does crouch jab, crouch jab, crouch jab, crouch one, crouch one, crouch one, rather, it puts an enormous onus on you to start blocking, and then they can just throw you or something like that. So it's not a very damaging mix-up, but it's still a mix-up. And I wasn't prepared for just how good crouching kicks and crouching punches really were. Liu Kang, I've been playing him last few days online. He is actually really fun, and he seems quite complex. I drop a lot of the setups I go for in these videos. I do my best. I did my best to get videos where I show off what I could do and the opponent shows off what he can do. But when you're recording, when you're trying to bring a match in live, when you're in an actual match, there's so many things that can go wrong. It's really hard to just cherry pick a perfect game. So I just kind of got some that showed off. I tried to get long matches where I successfully did a lot of things I wanted to do. There aren't that many things I wanted to talk about that I didn't get to talk about. I did say on the little list I made that I would talk about footsies and gameplay, but it's kind of difficult to talk about those since I would, by and large, just be repeating things I've already talked about in previous videos. I did say meter management too, and that's actually something really important that I want to talk about with you guys. You got 3 meters, up to 3 meters. I think the two most obvious things you can spend meter on are probably EX moves and breakers. And the way that you should weigh those against each other is probably, a combo breaker is as good as your opponent's combos are, if you know what I mean. Like if your opponent can only do like 19% combos, a combo breaker, you're breaking about what, 9.5% per meter spent. And you might have a combo like Liu Kang off of his low starter towards 4-4. Where's my other one? He might get, that doesn't do that much damage into any of the cancels he can do until he uses a launcher, and his only launcher he can cancel into is the bicycle kick EX, so you need to use the bar to start getting good damage out of that. So that adds 10% to the combo quite easily. Like that combo by itself only does 18% or so, and then I add the bar and I'm doing over 30. So personally, I mean, I'm not breaking opponents only doing 90% combos. That's the thing, is you have to look at the starter of the combo and how much meter the opponent has before knowing how much damage the combo is going to do. So you've got to make kind of a difficult decision in the heat of the moment on where your meter is better spent. I think in the long run, combo breakers will usually be the best place to use meter. But it might depend on the character and how reliant on bar they are to function. Combo breakers are actually a pretty interesting thing because you can use them, once you have 2 bars, you can kind of get away with doing really unsafe things. In that regard, it's sort of like a universal FADC for Street Fighter players. FADCs, you could only FADC certain moves, like Shoryukens and whatnot, and you could use it to make an unsafe attack safe. And a combo breaker, you still take a little bit of damage for the initial hit or whatever. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, the crouch jabs. It's really overwhelming when you suddenly realize just how, like, until you block one, those things are really good. But you can actually make any unsafe thing safe with a combo breaker. So it's sort of a more uniform system That hit was the hit that killed, I think. It doesn't look like it was the hit that killed. Maybe it killed with chip damage or something. That's kind of weird. I've noticed that Mortal Kombat X's PC port is absolutely garbage, and that's the one thing I wanted to impart all you guys now that I'm leaving. So yeah, thanks for watching the tutorial series, and I hope you guys all I hope you guys all pick something up off of it. And thanks to Cross Counter, thanks to Gutex for hosting me, and everyone else at Cross Counter. And check out my channel if you will. I do a lot of technology footage, whatnot. So it's I think if you like fighting games, it's a pretty cool channel to check out. But of course, I would think that. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye guys.